Well, don't forget to
listen. Don't even look at me like that, man. Come on now.
Sorry.
Is this it right here? Is this the?
This is it. This is the podcast. This is what people listen to.
Awesome.
There you go. You got two middle fingers up from Daytona Beach.
For Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Woo.
Yeah.
Chill, Daytona Beach, outlaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right. I was thinking earlier we were coming into town and we were driving past NASCAR Avenue and there was like a red light and I was thinking it would be fun to just blow the red light at NASCAR Avenue because they're like that's a cool ticket, right? I don't know, blowing the red light at NASCAR Avenue.
Yeah, you should be able to do that.
Yep, and throw turtles at people.
Turtles?
Turtle shells, like Mario
Oh,
Kart.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think somebody threw a mushroom at Kevin Tibbert earlier.
He's tripping over there.
He's invincible.
Yep.
Thanks for having us, Sareth. I feel like I'm the loudest here.
You're fine. Should we put him underneath your chair?
Put it under my chair if you want.
Yeah, you had it turned all the way up.
Oh.
We're all the way up.
All the way up. All right. So thank you for having us, Sareth. Are we live?
Yep, we are live.
All right.
We caught the deep middle fingers too. It's fantastic, like Stone Cold. That's gonna be one heck of a start.
Oh wow. Man.
And if you're wondering, there's links to the bottom in the description box below for Tidbits, the nOg, myself. Just like, subscribe, rate, and all that good stuff when you get the chance. And interact with us. We'll be here for you.
I mean, thank you for setting all this up, dude. We've enjoyed ourselves every time we've done this, and thank you for the two of you that are here.
It's so odd and different.
What?
Like to do a podcast like with people out there. Like the first time I did, I was like, this is like I wasn't like nervous about it, but I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, what? It reminds me of like Kill Tony and stuff like that.
It was like having sex without taking my shirt off. Like it just doesn't feel right. You have to take your shirt off.
Wait.
It's part of the process. You can't skip part of the process. It starts to feel funny. You're listening to Tidbits. episode, I don't know, but this is the third time we've been here.
This is the most shirt this guy ever wears. Let me tell you. He doesn't usually wear a shirt. It's usually a bathrobe.
But it's a sweet bathroom.
It's gray, and he likes to pace a lot. He's a thinker. And
I've never had it equate to that before. Usually he paces a lot. It's annoying.
I don't know. We've gone over this before. I call him Shark Man because he looks like a shark bounding about around the house. I don't know. But yeah, no, you're fun. But this is not usually. You don't wear shirts usually.
No.
So you're talking about having sex without a shirt on?
Yeah, no, with a shirt on. That's what I'm saying. That's the weird part of it. Like if you don't remove your shirt, so, I mean sometimes it's cool, but like in general though, you know, if I'm having sex with a shirt on, and once I kind of consciously realize it, I'm thinking, why did I not take this off?
So like, have you ever seen a picture of Etchy's dad at Etchy's age? Like I can understand where he starts wearing a shirt. Like, I love your dad, but like, I get it. Like, you want to wear a shirt more.
Yeah, he's a very furry guy.
But I mean, like, I don't know. He's got skinny legs and a belly, and like.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. Anytime I gain any kind of weight, it's always in here. Like, if I got to like 400, 500 pounds.
That's not his dad's size.
No, it's not. But like I would still have these arms, and honestly, I would rather have accompanying fat arms because it's weird.
Is that like Dr. Robotnik from the Sonic video game?
Yes. My body type is literally a basketball with fettuccine stapled to it. Like
he is body by noodles. but okay.
Top ramen.
Top ramen.
Speaking of top ramen, you've had some medical diagnoses lately that have not been mental health at all, which is Nice.
Oh, it is awesome. What's that to do with top ramen?
Your cholesterol's been through the roof.
Oh yeah.
Your blood pressure is a thing, and also you haven't had a good night's sleep in your entire adult life.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I just got diagnosed with sleep apnea.
Like father, like son.
Yeah. Have you ever? Are you aware of that?
I know Joe Coy has that. Some of the comics have sleep apnea.
Marcus Crespo famously has it.
Yeah. And like, so I don't have a CPAP machine yet or anything, but like they called me back when they got the results. They're like, yeah, we got the data back, and we already ordered you a CPAP, and I was like, great, that's awesome. And like, yeah, you're gonna have it in like 6 weeks. And then I went to the doctor, and there's a shortage of these CPAP machines, by the way, due to a recall and partially because of the pandemic. But the doctor, he was like, oh, yes, you should probably get one in the next 6 months. And I go, actually, your office told me it was 6 weeks. He said, that's really weird. Why? And then I told him, because he hadn't gotten the results yet. Like, he hadn't seen my results. So I told him what the results were. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay. God, okay, yeah. You need that as soon as possible. You could have been dead by now. Yeah.
Dude.
Which I don't mind that kind of honesty. It's fine with me.
We've been dating for like 3 whole years now, and spent a lot of time together in that amount of time. And you do sleep a lot, but like there's, I cannot believe how many times that you just stop breathing, and then I felt like I was getting like I was nervous. Like every night he would just go to sleep, and I'm like I would wake him up, and also. You guys, I always struggled with stand-up comedy and getting enough sleep and nutrition and water and hydration because it's a hard life when you're out all the time. But if you don't have good sleep, like, what are you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, I need good sleep. Do you get good sleep, Sareth?
I do, but sometimes my sleep paralysis demon bugs me.
What?
My sleep paralysis demon.
Oh man, that's I've only had that happen a handful of times.
I'm not sure. Can you tell me more?
It's the sleep paralysis.
A demon, he says.
Yeah, you can hallucinate while it happens.
Presses against your chest, can't move, can't breathe.
Yeah,
can't scream.
Like you feel something heavy on your chest, like somebody's sitting on your chest and you can't get up.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, and your eyes are open and you can see everything, and you tend to hallucinate.
Wow.
Oftentimes, demons. That's actually extremely common.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sareth.
It's okay, and Eddie was talking about sleep, humping with your shirt off. And I've been sleeping naked, and I've been humping my sleep paralysis demon.
I can't sleep naked. I'm always afraid that, like, in the middle of the night, I'm gonna like roll over and like lift my leg up and roll over and just crease the sheet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want my nakedness in my stuff.
I don't know why I think Sareth has a water bed.
I wish I would. I used to.
I don't doubt that, friend.
I bet they're pretty hard to find now.
Yeah, it's
You're
not
kinda
the
right.
the boat, it's the motion in the ocean.
Yeah.
There's nothing like hitting bottom of the
Power
bed.
bottom.
Which, by the way, if you jump on a bed, you can like hit the bottom.
That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah, it hurts.
I had an ex and I moved into the
We
water
got
bed.
Kevin Tibbert back.
Yeah, I just dropped back in, man. This is just chaos. I'm gonna randomly disappear and come back. You guys keep me talking, all right? I can't sit still, guys. I can't sit still. But I had an ex and I had a waterbed when I moved in there. And at first it was great, but also sex in a waterbed, overrated, all right? Because I jiggle enough as it is, right? Like, that shit's, I gotta make my rolls follow the same, like, motion of the bed in order to get any sort of rhythm.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
It's
Also, you don't do the end of the night drunk flop. So I don't care if it's the camera.
I do.
All right, fine.
care.
Welcome, Kevin
I-
Tibbert's
listen.
Tidbits. Let's get this
I
motherfucker in
am
frame.
so handsome. I understand. But anyway, when you do that drunk flop, this is an embarrassing story. This is not my finer moment, right? Because my ex was already asleep, and I had a night of raucous drinking with some of my friends, and he did that like that, plopped down, right? Well, I was like, I already had the spins a little bit. I plopped down, and as soon as I plopped, I got like seasickness. As soon as I like hit the bed, and just immediately just projectile vomited on the both of us. She was not happy.
Did you fuck again?
I mean, not that night. I tried that. I threw that home very fast. Like, hey, now they're all cleaned up. You know what I mean?
Oh,
when I was a kid, my best friend's parents had a waterbed, and I remember just because it's something that you just feel compelled to do, I ran down the hallway and like made a flying leap onto their waterbed. But like when I did that, I had like my left hand like planted down, right onto a KY bottle. Like one of those ones that's like not that big,
Apparently they didn't have enough moisture in that bed.
Yeah, and it just popped right open and just squirted all over the place. And we tried to be like, we didn't do that. Maybe you did that. Like,
I'm
the worst.
I'm like, hey, I'm gonna tell you my most embarrassing a waterbed moment. That's just gonna be like, shit, bro. Hold my parents' KY. I'm gonna tell.
But I mean, at least I didn't. I think they would rather that happen than like I popped the bed.
Yeah.
That's an expensive mistake.
So is that the same age you started therapy?
We found it, guys. We found it.
No, that was kindergarten. I started
It's a
therapy in
breakthrough
4th grade. But
So you've got a CPAP machine coming. Kevin Tibbert, how do you sleep at night? Tell me, how do you sleep at night?
Sleep is the enemy. I haven't slept since 2012.
It's good to hear.
No, I mean, honestly, well, also I'm like, I'm like super busy, right? So I'm just constantly up and just doing shit. So like today, like we're me and Leslie are both part of the 2 nap club. Yeah, fucking flexing on you guys right now. I got 2 naps in today.
Oh yeah, we had
2.
2 naps today.
Nice.
Yeah, Alex 100% applaud for that. Okay, one more.
Best cat dad over there.
Yeah.
It's good shirt. Cool cat,
Yeah,
bro.
it seems like a person that would take 2 naps.
This is the whole bit. He fucking hates cats. Right?
Well,
he
and
hates cats. And he just does this shit. And it's I've never seen him not in a cat shirt. And then he gets on stage. He's like, "Fuck cats."
Kevin, did you put any hot dog hot takes in the hot dog?
No, but I will
hot take
fucking
bucket?
talk. Listen,
It's a hot dog hot take contest.
I can't do it in Twitter format because I have a lot to talk about.
I might have you just read the hot dog hot takes.
Do you want to do? We do that now? Or you want to do it later?
Oh, we'll do that in a little bit. We
Alright,
gotta
yeah.
tease it.
I'm gonna tell you. Here's my first.
Cheese in the wiener with Kevin Tibbert.
That's how I get booked on comedy shows. Actually,
Hey,
that's,
Sareth is jealous.
That's
Cheese
like-
in the wiener. Sareth Ney.
That's how you got onto my festival here.
it's true. It's true.
He tickled it on the other side of the wall.
I've done some weird shit. So you know, how I won that drag competition is I had some dude who was what's the word? Like, I guess twink would be the proper word. I don't know. Twink little gay dude is always trying to fuck me. Fed me ho-hos through a glory hole while I was in a dress on stage. Right here. That's how I won that. That's how I won the Miss Daytona. I guess
I wasn't here for that one,
drag comedy winner.
but it sounds quite appropriate.
How much of the judging goes towards the dressing and how much goes to the comedy, though?
Bro, listen, I look fucking good as fuck. I'll show you some pictures later, bro.
Dude,
So sexy.
Dude, I was bearded later, dude. Well, I get like, so I refer to her as makeup professionally, so she's a boss bitch. And I'm gonna come back. I'm defending my title next year. Makeup's gonna be even better. I'm good.
I've never seen that much white stuff on his face.
did you dress up, Sareth?
No.
I'm very sorry I missed this.
Yeah.
Will you dress up, Sareth?
He's from.
I should. My name would be Shanae.
I-
He's from fucking Cambodia, not Thailand. What are you doing?
I picture a very glittery costume that is very you. I don't know. I think we
Lots of
could
sheen.
Kind of like that.
Chew. You could be Sareth that goddamn.
You ever done it, Seth? You ever got
I'm
drag?
picturing a
I-
huge glittery fan behind you.
I did once for Halloween before Blue Manchu was here. I
Yeah.
just didn't know what to be for Halloween, so I just dressed up in drag.
I'm gonna be a fucking geisha.
I think it's
Oh, that's awesome.
like a Wu Manchu showgirl kind of thing with like a huge feather behind
Would
you
that-
and like very high heels.
The feather's what does it, though.
I can't do that.
We can get you stilts. Want to try?
That works.
I'll do stilts with you.
I never did like drag stuff as an adult,
It'd be a
but
fun
like as a
music
kid,
video.
I used to get into my sister's ballerina shit.
I call bullshit immediately. He just does it when Leslie leaves the house and he throws on the pants.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this seem like it was a long time ago.
It was a long 2.5 weeks ago.
I have
Last
to
time I
lock
did
up
that.
my leotards every time I leave.
It'll be like 2 Wong Fu Part 2 Egg Foo Young.
That was such
With Etchy and a unitard.
a weird ass movie. I loved it.
I love it too.
I saw. You know what's really weird? I'm just kind of noticing this just now. Like the movies that I see with my dad, like, my dad and I went to see Titanic. I was on acid, but he didn't know that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
But like,
He does now.
and then me and my dad together, we saw Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. I don't know what either of us did to look at the trailer or something and be like, this is a father-son event right here. But for some reason, we go to stuff like that.
I was thinking about your father the other day. I spent Christmas at Edgy's family's house. They're super cool.
He's family now.
Yeah, his dad came up to me like the first time meeting him, like within 30 minutes. He's like, "I peg you for a whiskey guy. I got some really good whiskey," and I'm just like, "Nailed it, bro. Nailed it." I don't know if you listen to the show, but I love you. But I know his big things. He likes to fill up gas. And these rising gas prices got to be crushing him. Like he's.
Oh, dude, he's still doing it. I was over there the other day, and like I was talking to my mom, and I was like, "Hey, where'd Dad go?" And she's like, I don't know. I think he's just stepped out for a moment. Like we thought he went like into the back bedroom or something. He just walks through the door and puts my keys on the counter. He's like, "You're full."
Oh, well, you know what? He's a
Okay.
sweetheart. But also, like, okay, all right. As a person that travels a lot, if we get the Publix discount. If you spend money at Publix, there's a coupon where you can buy gift cards of gas cards. So really, you can get a $50 gas card for $40. It's a coupon, but you just have to spend that.
It's a coupon.
But so we got a Shell card, but I have a mental block, and I can't help but go to Circle K
Yes.
and try to submit the card into the thing, and I end up going inside asking what the problem is.
They're like, "You're that fucking person."
Dude, it's so similar colors. Like, it's so close.
I got mad because one of those times, like she was driving and so like I was the one popping, so I was the one going, "What the hell, man?" And like going inside and be like, "What?" And they're like, "This isn't a Shell station." Okay, that's a good reason. That's a pretty good reason.
And the only reason we stopped there is the colors look the same.
Yeah.
So I can't say because I will because like my district manager is a fan and follows me on stuff. But he's like, "But you can never say where you work because I represent the company poorly because I'm a disgusting human." So I can't say where I work, but I work at a steakhouse chain, right? And like people will come in with like a rival chain's like gift card all the time, and then try to run it, and I come back and I'm like, "Hey, I can't run this," and I'm always like, "What's the problem? What's the problem here? Is this not good here?" Like, yeah, because the names are different, bro. It's not. It doesn't work that way.
Like,
Bro,
Toronto learned how to
He thought it was like similar to bringing in a coupon, like a competitor's coupon, and you would match it. But he's just like, "I've got a competitor's card here. Will you take it?"
It's not even that. 'Cause I don't even think they think that is the thought. I just think they're just like they see like one word, like they see like steak, right? They see like a steak on there, like steak on. They see something, it's like nailed it. This is it. This is the one. Basically, Leslie's gonna be that person in 30 years. That's the point. That's the point of the story.
I consider myself a sharp person that has a general like understanding and acumen that but you know, like this Shell Station Circle K thing is really throwing me for a loop.
I have to look at the cards, man, because I'm gonna judge you heavily on this. We're gonna talk about this later.
Oh man, just look, and I even think that they've switched ownership since the last time I was there, because I swear I used a Shell card at this one place. But whatever, the deal is a good deal if you could. But I had to spend $20, and I'm a comic. You know, $20 is $20. So like, I had a gas card that I couldn't use, so I had to go into my own money. You know, what's the deal if you have to? Whatever. It's a weird bitch.
What's the deal with the gas card? That's my sign filter.
All right.
God damn it, Sareth.
I feel like that's a good end cap on that subject.
That was a huge tangent. That was awesome.
Sareth,
Yes.
Did you have something in particular you wanted to ask us?
Oh yeah, how did Tidbits start? Or actually, this is your show. Actually, I'll interview you guys for my interview you two for my the second episode.
Ah,
But
okay.
Andre showed up. Give it up for Andre Dolan.
Andre.
Ooh, where's Andre?
He's one of the punt punishers, one of the faces that run the place like he's 18
Yeah.
miles.
It's one of Duncan's uncles.
That's right.
The son of a Duncan's
Well, I
uncle.
was gonna say Wonfield.
Should we whip back the hot topics?
I don't know. My boyfriend just told me he wanted to be my dog's uncle. So I think he just gave up his DILF status.
I didn't want to be too far, man.
Okay. Well, Tidbits actually started it, what, like 7 years ago?
Yeah, about 7 years ago, and I started it out, and it was just me, and which was kind of interesting because I not very good because, well, I mean, what I came out with I think was good, but like I didn't come out consistently with stuff because it was just me. You know, like in my experience, whenever I work with podcasts or something, especially, you know, if they're coming over to my place in my studio to do it, you know, that when they come over, I'm just like, oh, well, they're over. Let's start. Like, you can't just be like, you know what, guys, I don't feel like it. Like, they just drove here. You know what I mean? Like, you could be like, all right, let's do it. So I was like kind of making it their responsibility inadvertently to make me continue to do things. So when it was only me, like, I'd be like, oh, yeah, an episode's got to go out today. I'm tired. You know? And it was like, nobody's coming to the door going, hey, are you ready to record? Because it's just me. So, you know, I had a couple of people on for a little while, but none of it lasted for very long. One was Bill. Bill did a few episodes with me from What's the Fuss? So, you know,
That was a long time ago. Right?
Yeah, but that's what's so funny though is with all these things happening, and I mean on 2 different occasions there have been long periods where I just didn't release anything. So, like, it's been about 7 years now, but we're on episode 129, I think.
It sounds right.
Is the next one?
This might be it.
That's ridiculous. Like that's.
But it's quality over quantity.
Well, I would only release it if I liked it and I thought it was good.
But also, like, we've kind of taken this new approach to our show where, you know, we've had a lot of funny people on the show, and we've had a lot of regular guests. Sareth was a guest before I was on the show. I was a guest before I was on the show, right around the time you were on the show, really, Sareth. But that was 3 or so years ago. But now I'm on the show. We've kind of taken it a couple different directions, and with all of the things that it actually goes to all my shows.
Mm-hmm.
We do all these things together, so we kind of like mashed it all up together. So, you know, he does all the things that I do with comedy, but we also have the show. So we've used the podcast in a way to we're here at nOg, you know.
That's the perfect case, by the way,
friends.
too. It's like, well, we have to do it tonight because we're driving up here. We're gonna walk in and we're expected to do it, so we're definitely gonna do it.
But we do like comedy here too. So, but we've taken a new approach where it's like solo bits, where he'll record himself talking for 10, 15 minutes, and then he'll edit it and kind of animate it with sound, and then I'll listen to it, and then we'll kind of get our own little, like,
we'll both talk about
things that we want to say, because there's things that he didn't say during the interview, and there's things that I think about, and we kind of banter about it afterwards. But we've enjoyed that format, and so the last 2 episodes have been solo-esque episodes where we kind of deep dive into personal stories, which I found really fun. But it is kind of a quality over quantity thing.
Yeah, it takes a lot longer to make Tidbits episodes because like there's just, you know, what do you call it, like jingles for like the different segments, and like for the intro and for the outro, and for just I add a whole bunch of stuff afterwards around it and try to make everything perfect. So in the end, it takes a lot longer.
It is animated with sound.
Yeah, I mean, I've had podcasts before where it's literally like, you know, we ended it and I was like, great, cool.
But I would love to have like solo bits from people that have fun stories. Like, even if they're not even real, like, as long as they're not dangerous or hurt people, I love the idea of somebody telling a story that we could do. Like, I love the whole solo bit aspect. I think we could take that far.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think Sareth has some manuscripts and some thoughts that he has like mapped out in some spreadsheets somewhere that I think you've got a lot of fun stories.
Too many fun stories.
He also has that.
Ooh, I turned
That's okay. That's good. He also has that amazing like 9.5 hour comedy special that he's working on. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've watched it.
What I love about Tidbits is occasionally like to go on my personal narcissism, I'll Google myself to see where it was. Especially because I was a junior and my father was like, if you go Google for it would like be him. But no, fuck that. He's on page 2. Fuck that bitch. But like I love it too. So I just Google myself right now, and so Tidbits is one of the first things that pop up, right? So you have a Facebook thing, right?
Mm-hmm,
and then of course, State of Florida versus Kevin Timber. And then right after that, the third thing pops up is the Tidbits episode.
Wait,
So what was the versus? Is
an
that
ad?
like a basketball game or something?
Yeah. No,
His court case is an ad, y'all.
dude, bro, I went. So listen, I am.
What happened?
All right, I'll do
It's a
as quick as
mean
possible. All right,
ad.
so here's the thing about me, right? I'm kind of known to be a little, I guess, mischievous would be the word.
Okay.
I definitely, I don't really, I wasn't there when the fucking laws were written, all right? I don't think I have to follow them. I don't agree with some of them. But I have a pretty clean criminal record, man. Like, and I actually have that one of my bits. Like, people expect, like, I have been in and out of jail. I was in jail one time. I was in the drum tank, but it was a Myers Act, so I never went up. This right here, do you know why I got this? I got the State of Florida versus Kevin because I'm a dipshit who doesn't check my mail. During the pandemic, when it was shut down, I got pulled over and I couldn't bring up for whatever reason, my phone wasn't working. I couldn't bring up my Progressive app to, yeah, you heard me, Progressive, you motherfuckers, get a better app.
That's right.
You guys, it's all shit. Couldn't bring up my, is that what it's called?
Stop handing your phone to cops.
I was just about to say that's the reason I don't have that feature.
Why is this phone so
Because I'm not
dusty?
giving it off my phone.
There's so much powder on this phone. Why are you handing this?
Oh
No.
boy.
No, I handed him the phone, and it was during the pandemic, and I couldn't get so I had to, he let me go on the ticket, but he gave me a failure to provide proof of insurance. But the clerk was done. Like, you couldn't contact the clerk until for like a few months, like balls deep in the pandemic. So I forgot about it, right? So I never paid the ticket, so then I got a court summons for a failure to appear.
This is such crap.
This is true. And they gave me supposed to go to the court and just basically go in there, you do the Zoom call finally, and they're just like, oh yeah, you're fine, you paid all your things, give us $15. I had not checked my mail, and I think it was either 3 or 4 failure to appears, and I had a warrant out for my arrest. I had a warrant out for my arrest for not checking my mail. I actually got pulled over by a cop for speeding, and he came over to me. He's like, you know, you have a warrant out for your arrest, right? And I was like, fuck, they're gonna take you to jail.
Yeah,
And
oh, yeah.
immediately, and he let me go because I explained it to him. He's like, that's the dumbest shit. He's like, you're an idiot.
Okay. If you let your insurance lapse,
Yep.
immediately it pings the state of Florida and they get a notification that your insurance is lapsed. So if you don't get that ping to ping back, then you've got insurance. Yeah, they want to see the proof of it, but it does, under most cases, ping the system when you cancel.
Right. So like that's why he was just being a dick, but like, he also let me go, so it wasn't really being a dick because I had like an illegal turn because again I don't like all the laws. Right. It was midnight. I don't give a fuck.
But that was the ticket? It wasn't like speeding or anything? It
It was
was
failure to provide, right?
I gotta provide proof of insurance.
that was
That was
just
it. That was it. And
It
then,
was just a bunch of loophole bullshit.
so yeah, guys, I'm a criminal mastermind, bro.
Well, that's where like I'm always confused about how much the government knows and everything because like when if somebody were to say to me like you got a warrant out for your arrest, I'd be like, well, they have my fucking address, so why am I not in jail? Like they're just like
There's also a lot of scam
throwing that
calls.
out into the world like, hey,
You're wanted by the
if anybody
cops.
happens to see him, like
Right, like I literally have flyers with my
Warranty.
goddamn name on it, telling you the exact time and place I'm gonna be. Like if I ever had a warrant out, it's like, oh, he's gonna be at the nOg at 10 o'clock on Wednesday. He's gonna be fine.
exactly. Like, how much information do they have?
Right.
They should be able to find me.
I think, yeah, right?
I mean, the U.S. Marshals could find you.
I mean, I talk a lot. Everybody knows where I'm going.
That's true. You are a
But keep
talker.
using Apple Pay.
Yeah.
They'll still find it.
If you hang out with me long enough, like an hour or something, I will, like 3 different times, just mention that, by the way, when I'm out of here, I'm going to check out the wherever.
So like it's just one of those. It's like I'm a loud talker, and you have all of my address and all my other information. How is there a warrant for my arrest? There should be a cell for my arrest. Like you know.
Yeah, you're also a very distinctive person. Also, the first time I saw him with his shirt off, he's got so many tattoos. He looks like a goddamn Russian, like a Russian convict. When he takes his shirt off, I was like, holy shit. Is he too tired of the gulag? What the fuck is that?
He's got an exclamation point that in his belly button is the.
You let me see. Let's see.
Yeah, because okay, so like right here, there's. There you go.
Yeah.
See, that's the bottom of a knife coming out, and there's my belly button, so it looks like an exclamation.
What are the
Show
letters
the
here?
rest of the room. Show the room. Show the room.
Yeah, no, buddy, lift up the shirt. Come on, take your shirt off. Take your shirt off.
Oh
and see.
God, no, I mean, he's
We're doing
not-
this.
They don't serve food here, so I guess it's okay.
Listen.
Those titties.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, he's got a weasel on his chest.
And this is really faded.
I want him to get it redone as Duncan.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know, I realized that he has. I think we talked about this last time. I think he has.
Guys, keep leaving the shirt.
I think he has 17 noses tattooed on his person.
Not by themselves, but like if you look over my body, there are. Was it 12
I
noses?
think it's closer to 17.
Okay. So yeah, I did not know. I didn't realize
You
how
didn't nose it?
how
Jesus.
how
You didn't know it.
how nose centric my body was.
This is so perfect because like next month we're gonna have some Buff Bagwell. He might be bring some friends. There might be a Royal Rumble here to know.
Oh wait, maybe no. Simon Says won't do it. Maybe.
Now you're tired.
Oh, he's doing something in April.
Oh yeah, we're bringing Buff Bagwell from WCW and NWO. So this is a good
Kevin,
start.
are you?
Dude, take their shirts off and fight.
Yeah. Huh?
No, I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna hang out and buff back off.
You're stepping on it.
Oh, thank you.
Don't be stepping on my mind.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Bro.
Everybody, give it up for James, the bartender. The goddamn microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it, James. Edgy.
Yes.
You should get somebody to buy you a new PBR.
Oh,
Because you're shirtless. Or go buy a PBR.
yeah, I'll get one.
Pour it on you like Stone Cold.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
You gotta give James a big round of applause because I think he's getting you a PBR.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, there it is. All right, give it up for Tear to Dog, letting us,
Yeah.
letting us take
Oh,
this
by the way,
tidbits on the stage.
Not to do shameless plugging on your show, but
Oh yeah, please do.
April 16th. You got to be here for this. By the way.
Wait, 21st. Wait,
Yeah, no, yeah. I'll be at fucking yeah.
do all your plugs. in
All right,
here.
yeah. All right. So real quick, next month, man, I'm gonna be at goddamn Celery City headlining that shit. I'll be working with Sabrina Amber, which I love. Sabrina, I love the news junkie.
Dude, that's
I listen to them every day.
Yeah.
So every day.
I told Tim Blaylock he could be on that show.
Yeah, dude, I'm bringing Tim with me. He doesn't know. We're riding together. Make him drive.
Smart.
He's a sober person. But also the 16th,
Yeah.
the Saturday show here. We're going to be celebrating 12 years of the Last Laugh comedy show
No.
here at the Dog.
No.
I'm buying a keg. It's going to be great.
12 years is amazing.
Right?
Do you have shirts or something?
We should get some shirts.
I do a nog shirt.
We need Kevin shirts then.
Well, they're on pre-order, so Kevin Tibbert, check with him.
Yeah, dude. We'll make
10, 12 years, shit.
Chaos, Kevin.
Man, hey, Andre. It's a blessing to be in your presence. Thank you for being here.
We can have my buddy make our shirts because look, that's who made my tour shirt.
I like that shirt. I like that.
You know what a snowball is?
A microphone?
No, snowball. That's snowball. Are you familiar with the sex position of a snowball?
No,
That you know.
I
That you
think
know.
I'm such a
No?
nerd that I thought it was a
Oh,
microphone.
shit.
Share the
So-
wealth.
Sareth, do you want to take this or do you want me to do this?
Do it up, dude.
So a snowball
What did I
It's
get
where-
into?
Oh man, this is the end. We're getting to the X-rated portion of the Tidbit show. A snowball is when a dude will come into somebody's mouth, and that person will go up to kiss that person, and then shoot the cum back into their mouth, and that is what a snowball is. So this is the snowball.
Sorry, I
show.
know that from Clerks. I forgot.
Am I in the wrong spot?
Bro. Listen, don't do the clutch your pearls face. You're from fucking Titusville.
I totally forgot about that. I haven't seen that movie in forever. Clerks, because they were talking about snowballs.
Yeah. That's the thing.
So does Hostess make snowballs too?
Fuck your strap.
They make felch cakes.
I hate you because now because that joke, I'm gonna refer to them as felch cakes from now on.
I love felch cakes.
Felch cake. If there's, I gotta text Blake Butler.
Is that not a ding
Blake Butler. Yeah, it does a ding dong. Blake Butler has
I don't
a
need to
bit
change that one.
where he does this whole thing. It's like he hears like some weird like version of words, and it's ruined my life because it's like anytime I hear something like that, it's like oh, that's gonna be the name of my next ska band. And so now Felch Cakes is added to that list of message him right now. Before I forget.
Felch cakes.
I see Felch Cakes.
I see a future in it.
I skate with some Felch Cakes, bro.
I don't see a future in actual felch cakes. I don't think they'll do well, but.
Can you just imagine that on Shark Tank? Like,
Oh. Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Very salty
seeking
cakes.
$700 million for 1% of my code.
Speaking of felching, so when Sareth recorded his comedy special, Sex, Jokes, Rock and Roll, at Uncle Waldo's, the show that I used to run, I booked him as a headliner because I invited all of my friends and family, and I invited some of my most uptight friends because I wanted to see the look. Because we watch Sareth perform, but the best is watching other people who have never seen Sareth perform react to him. And I had him explain to my mother, my sister-in-law, some of my more church-going friends, what felching is in graphic detail.
I love it.
And when you listen to that part, if you ever listen to Sex, Jokes, and Rock and Roll, you just hear the most violent, drunk cackling from me in the background.
Oh boy.
And I actually do have Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll in my bag there if anyone wants to.
It's also available at cuties.com.
You guys hear what's her name away with the Felch cakes?
Oh.
Oh, she seemed to.
How would you
Jenny.
I mean, she'll miss us.
She will.
You guys should do some hippie shit somewhere else.
She'll be back.
Come back Wednesday. Come back
I
Wednesday.
knew you were doing it. I knew that was next.
It's
We're
a
all these things. We have
comedy. I wanted to talk to Kevin Timber about comedy.
It's stepping on jokes. I see
Yeah.
this here. All right, so here I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot into this real quick. So this is a fun story about me. When I first started, I used to what I thought what comedy was like my first year or two. This is like my cautionary tale to the younger comics I talked to, is I just thought I needed to be as fucked up and offensive as possible. It's kind of like half of it, but it's not really good. I know I'm better sober. When I talked about drugs and shit a lot, Jack Napier accused me at the very beginning of stealing his whole thing. I was supposed to name names, but Jack and I talked about it. It's fine.
You mean like some comedy or like his look?
Like his whole bit of going up there and being fucked up, and then me and Jack started partying together, and he realized he's like, oh no, Kevin is also just. He also just likes drugs and alcohol.
I was gonna say, I know so many people that that is their that's not exactly uncommon.
Yeah, I'm glad that it worked out because that's you can't get mad at somebody for stealing your demeanor.
Yeah, he was weird about it at first. That's when I was new into it. Jack's one of my best friends now, so it's all water to the bridge. But that was my first instance of having that conversation, or because I got into comedy, I didn't take a class or anything. I didn't know anything about the culture. And honestly, I don't really watch that much comedy even before I really started it. I was funny, entertaining. I like writing.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. So I just started doing it. That was my first foray into the whole idea of that concept.
Do you remember where you first started?
So, how I started in comedy, I actually started. I did talent shows and shit when I was a kid too. But there's a place called Trapezono's Comedy Club. So if you really want to go by that,
I want to hear more about the talent shows as a kid.
I used to have this character, and I thought that's actually my gamer tag for a lot of things. I had this joke. I used to go on stage wearing like a suit, and I would say the name is Bond, Rubber Bond. So Rubber Bond was my alias for a lot of things. Yeah, so that's my gamer tag. Yeah. And I have a photo. I'm gonna try and find it and show you guys later. I have a photo of me as Rubber Bond. I was like 11 years old, and I will never be that fucking cool again. That kid was awesome. No, so I started a place called Trapezados Comedy Club, which was here in and Comedy Club was a very loose definition of what this place was. It was in it's no longer there, but I was this was 12 years ago. Was my first show, but I did like 3 or 4 shows, and I bombed so horribly on one of them. I was like, I'll never do this shit again. I didn't do another show for 6 years.
Oh.
So I count my start. I said I'm a 6-year comic. Really, my first stand-up show was 12 years ago, but I've been doing it regularly for 6. I got blackout drunk at a work party, and it was at Bel Air Lanes. And apparently, I went on stage after some coaxing from some of my friends, and I got a message the next day from Patrick Luby, and he's like, "Hey man, you did a good job on stage. You should come back on Monday." And I was like, "What the fuck did I do on stage?" I blacked out. Like it kind of ruined it. It was like like being like too drunk your first time, like getting later or anything like that's a memory that's just gone. So then I came back that next Monday, and the first thing I see is this weird little Asian dude. He's like, "So guys, this is the winter storm. You just gotta bust it up the butts and shoot back at you." And that was the first comic I saw at Daytona Con. I was like, "This is awesome. I'll stay."
That's so great. And I still use that joke to this day. I'm not ashamed. Just busting on people's butts. Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Come back Wednesday.
Oh man, 12 years ago. Yeah.
Well, do you think that's an advantage or a disadvantage to have not known much about comedy or watched comedy or anything like that?
I liked it as a kid when I was younger. I think so one of the things that's cool about it, right, is I will I think and this is something that's been reciprocated by people that I've worked with, is that I have a very unique style of how I deliver, a unique cadence. So I'm not trying to emulate something. Because you see a lot of younger comics when they first start, everyone's trying to kind of pull from their idols, and they kind of go that way. Like how many young 1-year comics, and this isn't talking shit about the young comics, I mean, like the Mitch Hedberg-esque kind of style of delivery do you see even from like less than 1-year comics, or people that try to have cadences that are similar to other people. And there are certain comics I love, like Tom Segura, Burt Kreischer. I like that for storytelling, stuff like that, so I'll watch that. What I do watch, and I highly recommend checking it out, Ralphie May had a really good one. I like to watch a lot of like the seminars, like the business aspect of comedy. I like watching that kind of shit. That's the kind of shit, like if I want to sit down and watch a comic, I prefer watching like those little like, usually shitty videos that someone's recording on a phone with bad audio, but like them talking about that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I think that's the advantage. The disadvantage is because like in comedy, like there's certain concepts and ideas where you will come to kind of the same place as all people. They chalk it up to linear thinking. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's a common term used. Andre will fucking tell you, Andre, how many times have I messaged you drunk at 3 o'clock in the morning, like, hey, have you ever heard any comic talk about this or use this punchline or this tag? Because I don't want to invariably do that, because if you do that, even if it was innocently done, and like say you have something that is so close it's irreconcilable, even if it wasn't done intentionally, but if it's so close you're able to joke thief, that's the mark of Cain, man. That's the fucking
I agree. I kind of came into it in a similar way that you did.
Yeah.
Not as much comedy knowledge as to I hadn't listened to all the albums. I wasn't up on everything, but I did have a deep desire to make people laugh.
Yeah.
That generally worked in a lot of situations. But I also started hanging out with somebody who did listen to all the albums.
Oh.
So like as I am a person who runs shows, I also, again, not talking shit at all. I think this is more of a constructive exercise because I make it a big point to be original with my jokes. I think that it's imperative. If it's not mine, it's not mine, and I can't do it. I've heard that it would be a good exercise to do someone's album as their set, as an exercise. But I think you have to be upfront and honest if you're doing that and not calling it your own. I think you have to be like, I'm going to do Joan Rivers' entire set as Joan Rivers as an exercise.
Well,
But that's a good
different.
way to like have
You
people
have
not want to listen anyway too. Though.
But
Like,
you have to be very clear about it.
but you do. You should. Hey, this is not mine.
But there's also like if you're, I've been running open mics and running shows and showcases for a while, and there will be somebody that I'm like, shit, they're funny, and then actually later he doesn't call them out in the moment, but he'll just pull me aside and be like, that's actually someone else's joke.
Yeah. Well, he is the encyclopedia.
But it always puts me into a weird flux. Like, I like it when people are funny, but I hate it when it's not theirs.
Yeah, and it's the worst when you find out right afterwards like that, because you've got the high of, oh my god, I really like this guy, he's doing well, and he just did the funniest thing, and that is hilarious. And right at the height, somebody goes, yeah, he stole that. And it's just like, crash! Like, you know,
Right,
like,
what do you do? What do you
Right,
do,
yeah, that's-
Sareth? Do you tell them that you're stealing a joke? What do you do, Sareth?
I'm not too confrontational.
Right.
So, but if it was like actually like part of a show, because like I know that some comedy clubs have those shows where like they imitate that dead comic and do their entire set.
Okay.
Like open mics in Melbourne had Halloween every year.
Yeah, that's the one. That's an exception.
Right.
Yeah.
oh, because it's on purpose.
But that's the premise of the show.
I think I would enjoy that.
I don't like hacky comics or people that steal jokes or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like that's why I don't do topical humor because it's like it can easily be somebody else's story. But if I just take off like my personal stuff,
Yeah,
then that's what I am on stage.
Right.
yeah.
That glory hole story is real.
And even if it wasn't, could you imagine somebody else being like, "That was my exact experience"? Why are you talking about it?
I had someone come up to me. So one of my favorite bits that I do is Daytona Bible Study. That's my baby. I love Bible study. It's got mixed reviews. But so if you're a comic that's going to tackle the issue of the Bible, right? There are certain verses that are just undeniably hilarious, and as a comic, you look at that, you're going to take that and run. Like Ezekiel 23:20 is God speaking, saying, "And there she lusted after lovers in Egypt, whose genitals were the size of donkeys, and emissions like that of horses." So you have the creator of the infinite cosmos talking about horse-sized cumloads. Obviously, comic's going to talk about that. So I had a comic come up to me and be like, "Hey, I had a bit about foreskins that I did," and he's like, someone recently did a joke that's very similar talking about that. James, got another half and a half.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
I love you.
I love you too.
We're at Tyranark. Just so the people at home.
Yeah, that's really interesting. The
Oh
only
man,
thing,
we're blowing up here.
yeah, the video is kind of freaking me out though, because that's why I
Thanks for
put
the
my
super
shirt
chat.
back on, because we were talking, and then I looked at the screen and was like, oh god, I need to do something about this.
I think you look great with that shirt, actually.
Thank you.
You put your sleeve forward. He's got a pretty arm.
My nipples look down and to the side away from each other.
I didn't notice that before. Take your shirt off again, actually. No, okay.
Thankfully, I'm good.
Show me in the back.
So you got
I've actually seen a model that was like, I don't remember who it was, like, but that was topless like that, and they just kind of went away from each other, like they had like opposite magnetic nipples,
they're
I'll
kind
make Andre leave.
and they just
Andre, I
couldn't,
love your shirt.
they just couldn't stay together. And ever since then, I was afraid mine would.
Andre,
start
if
to
you want
look
to
like
tag in,
that.
let me know. I'll swap it if you want to hop up at some point, by the way.
It'll be cross nips.
And Andre wrote, I believe he wrote a hot dog hot take.
The tits had walleye.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's so my
Thank you.
nipples can't see my junk when I take my pants down.
What would you? All right, so sorry to cut you off. What would you do if you were in a situation where someone blatantly stole one of your jokes, right?
One of my jokes. Oh man, I'd probably hide and cry. I don't know. I'd probably have to make an appointment with my therapist. I don't like confrontation either. I also don't like it when we're trying so hard to put on good shows when there may be somebody bringing a showcase joke to the show that is not theirs. Like, I don't want to involve, I don't know. It's so hard. I would be very upset if somebody stole one of my jokes at one of my shows. I would actually want to kick your face in. Like,
Although it would be hilarious if they did it on one of her shows, because it'd be like, what are you doing?
it might be
Do
funny.
you just like want to never do this again?
I guess if they just started doing my set and did it better than me, I wouldn't hate it.
I know you're non-confrontational, but like, you know, that whole like scene like Marvel, like we have a Hulk, just like hide Etchy's beds for like one day and just send him after her. Like, yeah. If I had a joke that was like blatantly stolen from me, I think it depends on my alcohol like intake. Because I think sober Kevin would talk to me, hey, you can't do that. I think drunk Kevin would just be a real
Right.
dick about it and hit him probably.
I think that there's a certain level of being comfortable with your own life situations to write your own comedy that reflects your life situations that isn't what somebody else's joke is. And if I find that I'm doing a joke that is anything reflective of what somebody else's joke is, if I learn about that, I'm going to revisit it. And if it's generally there's so many parallel thinking moves that it's impossible to have an original thought.
Well, that's the thing though. That's why like because I do a lot of when it comes to like storytelling, or if it's anything that's like topical, it's observational based. And when you do that, it comes from your own voice. And so when you write that joke, you craft that joke. I don't think there's anybody in this world that can come to the same conclusions, especially with storytelling, because those stories didn't happen to that person. I don't think they can be able to tell it the same way. And when it comes to observational, that's your voice. It's finding your voice and being able to demonstrate that. So I think joke stealing is just, I don't even understand it.
No, I don't either, because it's basically like cheating. Well, I mean, it is cheating, you know. But what I mean by that is like, say like you know, I don't know, I was in a car race or something, and I did something to like, you know, make my car weigh less, or I got away with something so that my car is better than, you know, the other cars, right? If I then won, I'd be like, all right, and then like, you know, it would start to sink in. I didn't win.
Yeah.
Right.
So like now you can't even go back. You don't know if you would have won if you hadn't cheated.
Well, that's why on my notes I put it as a comedy and stepping on jokes, not necessarily stealing, because I like to believe that those that are trying to do comedy are trying to do it for reasons that the most frustrating thing to a crowd is when they think that they're getting original comedy and they don't. I think that's really frustrating.
Yeah,
right.
And I've had crowd people come up to me upset about a joke that they heard somebody else do on Netflix, and I just don't know how often that happens. Etchy's pointed it out more often than I would have scoured out in my general sniffing, which makes me feel like there's not enough time you could put into the effort.
Yeah, that's why like I have people that I know, like as I said, like I've run by Andre and I'll run jokes. Like if it's an idea where it's not like, if it's not storytelling, so again, the storytelling ones are just great because I have jokes that I tell that are anywhere between 70 to 100%. You know, I have one joke that's no embellishment whatsoever. It's just an actual true story. The one where I found the drugs outside my house, and that's thank you, James. And that's I didn't have to worry about that because that didn't happen to anyone else. It couldn't happen to anyone else. But when it's like a topic, like I have jokes about like white privilege, and I have jokes about like the religion. I have jokes about the societal things. I have restaurant jokes. So I go through a little bit of research as far as just shooting out to my friends that I know like are, I gotta start using Etchy. I'm like Etchy. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do that. For real.
Yeah, but I mean, there was a situation recently. I was just like, Kevin, I need to talk to you. But you know, I try to treat it as we're not trying to make anybody, I don't know.
We're not kicking anybody out for life right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're not like, you know, pitchforks and torches.
But I also think that, all right, let's be real. We've all seen what's happened in the last 24 hours. I think that people are very sensitive right now. And as comedians, we have a specific job to
I totally forgot about that.
feel like we can tell jokes and feel safe. And but also for people in the crowd to get something authentic and real. So I think we kind of have a special job to do.
Are you talking about the whole the thing, the whole
I am
slapping
a
thing?
bit, a little.
Slap.
Okay,
So the first.
I'm a little bit affected, I guess.
The first. So Daytona's a weird fucking town, all right? because we've had instances where people have tried to rush the stage, and Andre's like had people that would heckle Kong so bad he's physically grabbed them and removed them. And Scott Quaid is our usual bartender on Wednesdays, and like we're hard nosed in Daytona, man. We're a rough town. There's a lot of weird shit that
An
happens.
animal control called on my dog. Yeah. From here. Yeah.
From here?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was a whole that was a whole different thing. No.
And dispatch was like, "What's her address?" I don't know her
I had a
address.
joke about putting my dog in a kennel. It was stupid. He's happy.
But the
Very
first
happy
time,
dog.
so Bonkers had a room, and then they moved it to the porthole, and like the porthole is, I don't give a fuck.
That sounds so dirty.
I shouldn't talk shit about these fucking other businesses, but porthole is like I love shitty bars. This is my home. The porthole is so bad, it's like I don't want to fucking go to that place. You know what I mean? If I'm like that bar is so fucked up, I don't want to go to that place. You really got to reconsider like every business place. Like porthole sucks. Fuck you, porthole. I'm sorry. Whatever. Don't give a shit. The first time I did a Bonkers show there, I don't know who it was. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember which comic it was. But the headliner, some dude came up and punched him in the show.
Was it Dean?
I was Dean the whole time. It was Dean. It was the Dean show. Yeah.
We were just talking about that earlier today.
Yeah. That was here. That was Port Orange, baby. Daytona represent. So like, I don't
But of
know.
all comics that like got punched, like it's so funny to me that it was Dean. Like,
If you know
He
who
doesn't
Dean
seem-
Napolitano is, just the idea of him getting punched is insane.
All right, so you have that. That's out of town comic. The local guy, I saw Zach. The stage got rushed when Zach Bennett was on there.
Also, Jada Pinkett Smith is an actress. It's not like super far fetched. And also, I think Demi Moore was hot and G.I. Jane 1. So like, if that was not even a bad joke.
so hot.
Yeah, that was the
He
weakest roast. That was the
started
weakest
with,
roast.
Yeah, it really
I
was.
love you.
It was really, honestly, it was a throwaway joke. It really was.
Yeah.
But like, if that's something you're gonna get slapped over.
That's ridiculous
I'm a
to me.
little
Like,
concerned.
honestly,
I think that people are super sensitive.
I'm gonna tell you though, if someone like made fun of Andre's head, though, I'd be like, keep my wife's name. I'm just. He's been like calling people hacks for making
Oh.
Wilson jokes.
You know what? This brings up a personal story. Like a week or two ago, we were at where's that bar that John Taffer was at in Copper Rocket? Yeah. We were at Copper Rocket, and there was a I bumped the list. I don't never do that, but I was just like, can I bump in? And they let me. So I bumped in, and after me, this guy just apparently talked shit about the bleep with the bleep hair. And I'm not trying to demonetize for this. But like, I got somebody like making fun of me for my hair, and Alex came out and told me, and I was like, I appreciate you, but also
what were the bleeps?
he thought that I looked like I was a part of the LGBTQ plus community, which is great for if I was, but I also don't give a fuck.
Dude, you'd be a power lesbian, bro. You'd get all the bitches.
I know.
and I would be some kind of wizard.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Like, I'm
like,
a lesbian. Except with that, he's
But
just
I was
got
like-
something.
I kind of was flattered. And
Penis represents a clitoris. It's the same thing.
the guy didn't go out the back way where the comics are. He left the front door. Like, okay, pussy.
Like I was bad.
He was terrible. But
And
I
what I-
appreciate you caring for me, but also, like, I appreciate you saying something to me instead of just throwing a chair at him, you know? Like,
Yeah.
equivalently, like, I think that you would have been arrested, and I didn't need you to do that. Like,
And either way, like no matter what, like who it is or whatever, if like a person insults another person, like that's not, I'm not gonna like go nuts, like but like this is all I wanted when that happened. I was like, I just want to know what he looks like. That's literally, you know what I mean? Like I wanted to walk in and then go, that's the guy, and I'd be like, okay. And Lee,
that assessment.
You need that information in your head. Yeah.
That's a very weird like male phenomenon too. Is like I even if I'm a non-violent human being, I had been in my past, but I haven't been for a very long time. But like you'll walk in and like assess it and be like, I can fucking take him. Like that's just like a weird
Yeah.
So that's what that is.
Really, not even that, because I can't take anybody.
Bullshit, you're fucking crazy, bro. You got this.
Yeah, but like I got all the crazy medications, which really, really throws off my timing. Like,
And that's how Tidbits was created.
yeah, when I get into a fight, I don't know it until it's over. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? And then all of a sudden I'm like, why am I on the ground? Like it doesn't matter. Anybody can beat me.
I would have been so
I
mad
just
at you if you
wanted
would have
to-
slapped him over my hair.
But when somebody says something inconsiderate like that, though, like for no, where it's like, come on, dude, what the fuck? I want to know what the guy looks like. I'm not gonna do anything about it, but for some reason, that makes me feel better.
The dude had a mullet. That's the guy who said it. It was the guy that's talking shit. That's my imagination. This whole thing.
Yeah. So then, like later, when she tells the story, I don't want in my head to be like a silhouette of a person, kind of like when you have a contact with no profile picture uploaded.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want that guy.
When Zach Bennett got rushed to a stage, where like, there was a frat boy that tried to start a fight here, and there's a very similar incident that could happen to like Dean. Like Daytona comics are very hard nosed, and Zach Bennett picked up the mic stand and held it, and he's like, "I'll fucking kill you."
I can hear it.
Yeah, you actually did a pretty good impression.
Thank you.
I'm surprised he's not here. Is he back in town?
He's back at the.
It's a Monday.
We called it.
I cannot speak any further on that.
No comment here either.
Very rarely do I say no comment. No comment.
Shit, I guess. All right.
How long is this?
Hot takes. Is unless Sareth has more.
Yeah, I don't have any more. I think, I'm not sure. I just unmuted it, the first part, so it might be silent for like the first hour.
Oh, I've got it on my watch.
Oh, you do? Fantastic. Thank you, Jesus.
It's on my watch. So we tried to do it. We're learning. We're Tiered nOg lets us grow. That's what we're doing with these live recordings. We're learning as we go.
So did I hear you also like I forgot to record moment? Is that what that was?
I think so.
Fucking motherfucker.
which, by the way, no, this is like this is amazing.
At least you
If you don't know this, if you're a comic, and and you're joking around with other comics for a while and stuff, ones that you're friends with, like, and you let them know you're doing this and everything, but I accidentally hit record on my watch all the time. But there are other times though where I say something funny, or she'll say something funny. And then, and then the other person will be like, "Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious!" And we'll hit the record button and say that again, so that we won't forget it. I mean, just starts doing it. I mean, it can record hours upon hours, and it does such a good job that not only can it hear me, but it can hear like to the person you're talking to, unless they're like really far away.
Do you do that? Do you like audio record like Joker days, or just like?
Yeah.
A lot of times when I'm doing stand-up, I will put my Apple Watch on this arm, so it's on my mic hand, and then it gets my best recording.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm a barn owl guy when it comes to ideas. I just wake up with like
Did you say a barn owl?
barn. I gotta stop drinking this Guinness. Bar napkin guy when it comes to ideas. So I wake up.
Totally different.
Yeah, I wake up with a bar napkin that says like none gangbang porn. Like, and I have no idea. I need to get one of those watches. Is what I'm saying.
Barn owl. Something porn. All right.
Barn owl gangbang.
All right, so hot dog hot takes.
All right.
All right.
So we've asked you all for your hot dog hot takes, and you all have asked questions about what it is, and it is really what it is to you. Like, you know what a hot take is. If you know what a hot take is, you can put that to the knowledge of your hot dog story. Kevin.
Yeah, like basically it would be if somebody
Andre,
says,
can I get you
"What is?"
please to bring your beautiful self up here?
Andre, what do you put on your hot dog? This is gonna make or break us right now.
Do you have a hot dog hot take?
God damn it, we're fucking broken up. The podcasts are dead.
A piece of white bread.
Do you want to
and a
read?
single white trailer.
Do you want to read your own
That's
hot dog hot take, or do you want to read a hot dog hot take?
You want to get on this segment?
Oh, I totally failed here, guys. I'm so
All right,
sorry.
I'm
Nobody
swapping out.
failed.
Thank you for having me on.
We're all having a great time.
I'm letting Andre take the hot dog hot takes.
All right. You guys, I need your help to figure out what the best hot takes are.
Sorry, I was talking.
Don't apologize.
What did you say?
Don't apologize for Kevin.
He just said it like they were in the other room.
Sorry, I was talking to Kevin.
Yeah, we're all here.
Yeah, no, I only thought I didn't hear anything you said.
We want you to read a hot dog hot take.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Is it
Oh,
yours?
I did grab mine.
Okay, you
That's
can if
perfect.
you want.
Mine is just one. I didn't know this was going to be one. Ketchup is fine on a hot dog. I didn't know that was a controversial thing till literally right now.
Ketchup is garbage on a hot dog, Andre.
What? Why?
Because it's not. Yeah, it's not
Looks like a bloody wiener.
Why? I don't get like
Ooh,
people put.
maybe.
I make hot dogs almost for a living right now. People put all kinds of shit on hot
Almost for a
dogs.
living, you're not quite there.
Yeah, well, because they also serve burgers and French fries. But I don't want to say the actual place's name and then whatever.
Which is not Subway.
It's Andre's
Yeah.
hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yeah, Andre's hot dogs, hamburgers, and we have potatoes somewhere.
And Andre's bloody wieners.
But like people put like mayonnaise and like lettuce and like mushroom, all this different kinds of shit, and I'm like, that's gross. So, but like ketchup and mustard, that's my mom made it, and then I continued her tradition. So fuck you. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm sorry. Sorry. Is
keep
this,
your
can I say that?
ketchup
No,
off
this
my
is hot dogs
butt,
hot takes.
Andre.
This is free. This is hot takes about hot dogs on a hot
I'm
mic.
not even gonna
That's
read
what
mine
this segment's
anymore.
called.
Because
This
like
is-
hot dogs are controversial. People are always just like, oh, they're gross. Like they're like, what are you talking about, dude? Like they're perfectly fine. But then Kevin, he's gonna break up with me over ketchup.
he's not gonna break up with you. He's fine.
For ketchup, that's why. But I'll read one that's not mine.
You should expand your horizons, Andre.
There's
I
some
am.
restaurants that won't have ketchup
Well,
because of that.
Well, that'd be like if
It
somebody,
depends on what part of the country you grew up
if
in.
I was given a hot dog and someone, I was like, can I get ketchup? They're like, no, only mustard. I'd be like, that's cool.
There's restaurants
Like
that
I
don't-
like mustard too. I just put both on there because I'm a man. I do what I want. I pay my own taxes. This one just says hot ones.
That was mine.
that
I
sex
to
position?
explain. I thought we were gonna add words to the word hot, and so I put, oh, I watch Hot Ones all the time, every
I thought
Thursday.
you were talking about hot sauce. Please tell me more about your hot dog hot takes.
I think they should change those hot wings to hot dogs from now on. I want to see people deep throw those hot dogs on that show.
I like it.
Thank you.
Like some actor forced to just like, and the dude sitting over the other side is like, what was it like working with Robert Pattinson on the Batman?
I do like the idea of little smokies, but like each of them like dipped in a supremely hot sauce.
That was for me.
And you can just like fling hot smoky little
Really, the sauce they put on those, whatever you put the sauce, it doesn't matter. We did a hot ones type show here, and it was just with chicken wings, but you could have put it on literally. You put it on a turd, and I would have even known because I'm either way I'm gagging and like crying. You know, like it's hot dogs, wings.
What's your hot level? Like, what's your hot level?
I got Mexican, like my family in Arizona is
Okay.
all Latino, so like it used to nothing used to affect me. I like a habanero, but I also have a weak European stomach from my white pasty mother. So like as I've gotten closer to like I'm almost 30 now, and like now water gives me heartburn. Like I wake up most days like and like I'm burping and like it's terrible. So now my hot level is vanilla ice cream, which still gives me heartburn because milk and lactic acid build up.
So is a hot sauce the last time you had a vegetable?
No, I will mess up a bag of baby carrots.
Oh.
Carrots are vegetables, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my fault
I
too, by the way.
love carrots, dude.
Do you eat carrots?
No, my Andre loves baby carrots because of me.
Yeah.
Tell him why, Andre.
No, so I enjoy marijuana a whole lot, and I live close to a Walmart, so all the time it's like, yo, let's go get the munchies. So I'll walk in there and I'll go to the baby cake aisle and I'll just see like a box of Hostess or something, and then I hear Sareth's voice echo through my mind like Obi-Wan, and he's just like, Hostess, that's the stuff. And he's like, and then I just go to the I'll get a bag of baby carrots, but I still don't think it's that healthy because I'll eat the whole bag. Like I still feel
It's
there's
okay.
a limit.
It's okay unless if you turn orange, you've gotten dangerously close to overdosing on
He's
vitamin
not
K.
gonna overdose it. He
Fly
knows.
into the sun.
You can.
Of all things that Andre's gonna overdose on.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if that's
Swear to
what
God.
did it? They're like, he's gone, man.
I would be so mad.
So much vitamin K.
So I had to tell Etchy, you can have this much ranch, and if you want more than that, it's a conscious choice. Like, cause he was gonna eat the
Which
whole
my
bottle.
conscious choice using ass always goes and gets more ranch dressing.
Yeah, dude, I'm the same way. My girlfriend is a positive nag like that as well. But she's always like, "You sure about that?" And my reply is always like, "Yeah." And then I do what I want. Like it happens a lot like Tylenol, like Medicaid, because I know it's a lot, but still, she's like, "You're gonna overdose," and I look same thing. I'm just sitting there like, if I'm gonna die from Tylenol, I'm gonna die from Tylenol. Like that's like it just like I deserve that. Like kind of like you're about stupid ass Andre. Just like
You actually can very not easily, but very well overdose from Tylenol.
oh yeah.
And if you live, you're goodbye to your intestines. Those are coming out.
These aren't even hot.
Same with Advil.
None of these are hot.
Just
okay,
they were all my fault. They were all
This is okay. I'm gonna read this one.
Okay.
I wish hot dogs were made out of cat intestines. I just don't like cats and I want them to suffer. This is coming from a guy who owns 70 cats.
I'm not sure who put that in the bucket.
This is a safe place, guys.
It's also Daytona.
Yeah, but like like I don't like it's like
my favorite part of that is that he sticks to 70.
well yeah that's
It's 70.
70 cats. Like I had one cat. He was the best cat of all time, and he improved my life in every single way. And I almost killed a crackhead over him and an old lady. Yeah, but like.
So if you think about it, 560 intestines could have 9 lives.
Whoa.
Jesus. Of course. You know, stereotypes are blind.
I don't know if you understood
Is my
that.
math right? Or 630? That's right.
I don't know.
Sareth, I'm not going to question your math.
But yeah, really, I just wanted to read that to get that out there, and I support it because cats are like you shouldn't have that many unless they're all spayed and neutered. But at the same time, don't eat cats, man. You live in America. It's 2022.
I'm gonna say that's a next threat, bro.
Yeah, no, that's why I said stereotypes are wild.
Do you want to read this one, Sareth? It's somebody's hot take. Is it your own?
No, I don't. I've never.
It looked like it might have been yours.
These are all just like one
Mine
or two words.
Mine are horrible. Those are mine. Because I was so
You guys
confused.
are doing the hot dog hot takes on a hot mic.
I had a hot dog one time. It was all right. I don't know whose hot dog that was, but I'm sure it was at a glory hole. In the back, in Andre's room back there.
Andre's room. Where's
Can I give you mine real quick?
Did you? Yeah. You
I didn't write it down. I just have it
just
in
tell
my
us
head.
now.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, 'cause I have to go.
I actually I told you this in the car.
I forgot.
Because that's fine. But she told me about this idea in the car, and I immediately went, I know exactly what I'm going to say. In which, okay, you know how like when you're like a little kid, like a really little kid, like you're like 5 or 6 or something like that, you know? Because little kids are the ones that are in the pool the longest. Adults, they'll be in the pool for a little bit, but then they're ready to get out. The kids are never ready to get out. So kid's been in the pool for hours, gets out, and is kind of, running, hopefully not, or walking around, the cement, coping or whatever you call it.
The walkway.
The ground. And then like by the time you go back to the hotel room or the car or whatever, and you look at the bottom of your feet, they're like, they can actually move because they're so soggy. And like other parts have kind of like, there's little tears, there's little holes, and just different stuff around your feet. That is exactly what a hot dog looks like when the casing is stripped off. and I don't like that.
Has anybody ever eaten a hot dog here?
Yeah.
Is
I
it?
have. I had
You
I had a Dodger dog in LA once. And they make hot dogs on the street. It's fantastic, and they wrap it up in bacon. It's fantastic. When I used to eat meat, I put those all in my mouth all the time.
I just love the idea, like you said, they cook them in the street. They're just like throwing hot dogs in the road. They're like, something's gonna happen. They're gonna be good here in a minute, and we're gonna put a bacon on it.
It's heaven. You gotta try bacon wrapped hot dogs. They're heaven on earth, and they smell great. And I don't eat pork anymore, but I'm not Muslim or nothing, but I just don't eat pork.
Yes, I think I've eaten 2 hot dogs in my life. I'm not a fan.
You sad bastard. Wow.
Explains everything.
No, like I feel hot dogs are best eaten in a single wide trailer, just microwaved or boiled. People put them on grills or anything that's too fancy, and your mom and stepdad have to be scream fighting about Madden, funnily enough, in the next room. I know that's specific, but I've never had a hot dog taste better in my entire life than just pure denial sprinkled on top of it. You know what I mean? Like,
I like them burnt.
Yeah.
I do. I like them burnt.
I regret sitting next
Or
to
like
you.
on a pan where you have to like turn on the fan in the kitchen, or else the fire alarm's gonna go off. Yeah.
I'm telling
All
you,
right.
bacon wrapped hot dogs is the way to go for yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have one for you, Sareth.
Fantastic. Got an Instagram live too.
And Andre had a good one.
I know, but just at least one I approve of. I wish Chili's can sell chili hot dogs. They are the wrong form of their baby back ribs are not that great. I just wanted to write that down. Jesus Christ. I'll probably will create a petition later. I agree with that wholeheartedly. It goes with it. The fact that like I feel
Do
like
they
they
sell
put
hot dogs at Chili's?
not at all. I love Chili's because I only get the honey chipotle chicken crispers, French fries, corn on the cob. Because since I was like 13, but that Chili started dropping a chili dog.
Checkers started doing it.
I would
That
never.
was a-
Sounds
I
like a
would
thing you
never.
get at Checkers.
Sonic has them too.
They store their hot dogs completely in the bathroom, and you get Checkers is
That's nasty. You know, I had to explain a chili dog to someone here at the Nog earlier. And if you don't know what that is, it's where you poop on their chest and
Oh,
you
there we go. I was waiting. I was like, who were they
It's
Mormon?
basic sandwich building. You didn't tell me how the sandwich was built, and I had questions. It was just I didn't understand where the chili came in.
It comes from your butt.
I remember like anybody that ever tried the ones at Checkers, the chili dogs, like absolutely fell in love with it.
I might walk that back. I just said, I would never eat a hot dog from Checkers, but I go to fucking Crystals,
Yeah, okay.
Sonic, like they maybe it's
Did
the
you eat
hepatitis that's the taste of it.
7-Eleven hot dogs?
Once, but I was on way too stoned off of like this tincture stuff that our friends gave me, and like there was this huge vial of it, and they were like, "Take some." I was like, "Cool, how much?" They're like, "Some." So I took
Some?
Yeah. So I ate like 4 huge vials of it. They're like, "How much you do?" I was like, 4. And they're like, "Oh, that's a lot." I was like, "You should have been more specific." And then I was like, "I'm fine," and I left, and I wound up standing in a 7-Eleven, just like, "Yeah, I'll take a hot dog." And the dude's like from at the counter, like, "What?" Just like, it's not bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it when you treat everyone like they should be able to hear you. It's so fun.
Yeah, I know. Like I wasn't projecting. I was like, I'll take a hot dog. It's just like, I threw it in. So you should have got it for me. I was too high to use my hands.
I have a fun one.
Do it.
But I have a bit of other story that I want to fill in here. The other day, I brought a friend of mine sugar, and she does estate sales. And I was telling her that I was looking for one of the KitchenAid mixer grinder attachments so you could put meat through it and grind your own meat.
Oh, that grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was like, well, since you brought me that sugar, I could get you a grinder. And I'm like, life is good. So this one says, I can't stand hot dogs with 3 exclamation points. They are not long enough. With parentheses, I guess, with a question mark.
Bro, they make footlongs.
But here's what
Like-
I'm saying. I can make as long as a wiener as you want. Now with my meat grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can make the longest wiener.
Oh my God, we need to do like 3-foot wieners.
This is a fun next
If I-
10
if I-
episode. If
yeah,
there's
yeah.
any reason to subscribe, this is it.
I think people would buy that.
So they have a meat grinder, yeah?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I'm getting it.
What's that? 'Cause it's like, I need to come by the studio and I would love to be part of the 3-foot hot dog.
You bring
episode.
some meat. We can have fun.
Bro, I'll bring some meat.
Bring Kobayashi too.
I'm gonna steal it from my restaurant though. I'm just gonna steal it from my restaurant.
Does your restaurant sell hot
We can do it
dogs?
now if you steal
No,
the grinder.
like they have like other meat. They have a butcher.
No, I'm just wondering if they serve hot dogs.
Oh, we do. No, we do. Yeah, we have kids hot dog.
Oh, kids menu. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, is that all the hot dog hot takes? Did Andre
I
run
just-
off with some of
Bro,
them?
I'm gonna treat you guys.
Is
To,
hot dog a sandwich? That was fun.
well, Etchy's just gonna watch us because Etchy eats like 3 food items. But like, if you want to
He's
have,
never actually eaten a whole hot dog.
No, I've had 2 bites.
Oh, how come? Why can't you keep it one?
Oh, oof. It
Please
just.
tell us why you can't put the meat
Oh
in your
God. It's a. I don't even know how to explain it in the moment. Like,
He hates the casing.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's go.
it's a very
Yeah.
texture based.
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
It's
yes.
Circumcise it and then eat it.
Dude, I can scour the
What?
edge of a wiener.
And actually.
I've got a good oven.
Well, and actually, she showed me. She's the one that showed me what it was, what it looked like to uncase it. Because I was saying to her, it was really
Bottom
gross.
uncased hot
I don't
dogs.
like how you like snap
Would that be a
into the
raw
case
dog?
and then you get into mushy hot dog. On there, like, yeah. And she showed me what an uncased hot dog looked like.
And that was how you understood what sex was.
Yeah.
Looks like
Shit, I case hot dog, man. Fucking yeah, raw dog is the way to go, bro. That's how you do it.
Since maybe I don't know what's this one. That's the old one. So Etchy and I, okay. His birthday's coming up, and his family's really nice to him. So he wanted to go. He likes walking, but he found that he was not walking well. So his dad's like, get shoes, but by the way, get your girlfriend a pair of shoes too. So I found this pair of black Velcro shoes.
Yeah.
That we could get matching Velcro shoes. And
You guys are both wearing the matching shoes today.
he was totally
Oh, yeah.
down for getting the Velcro shoes. And so we went to get them fitted.
Well, we didn't get the Velcro ones now.
And the guy was like, you guys you just missed the 80-year-olds that came in for the
Yeah, he's like, that's usually not your age group. Which was true because it wasn't just that. It was that the soles were like, they looked medical. They were like this thick.
Yeah, they were pretty
So they were
cute,
like Frankenstein shoes. And I was like all about it. We were like, oh my God, we're gonna be
So
walking
yes,
around.
we
We're
do
gonna
have
be taller.
matching shoes.
It's gonna be amazing. And they didn't have the shoes now.
I know you like a touch base person, but like when it comes to the feet, because like I work in a restaurant anywhere between 4 to 7 days a week. You know, I just got done with 13 days in a row. Like, oh, you feel tight. You ever get a fucking pedicure or that fuck you up?
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's good. Fuck yeah, dude.
Do you put that
yeah.
in your budget? Like, do you do that?
I
Do
don't.
you self-care yourself like that?
I need to. It's been a long time. I always get the toenail polish because it's free. So I got like galactic blue. I used to have my toes painted. But yeah, dude, a pedicure. You ever had that llama shit they put on there? They put that plastic bag and they throw all that stuff.
Dude, there's
Llama shit? No, they just did like the cucumber thing.
Oh, are you talking about like the wax?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, there's an NBA player that's part of his regime before his show. Like every night that he has a game, he will like paraffin wax himself before he does it.
That's awesome.
It feels so good.
It does. I unfortunately I should do it again, but like I jump at the chance though anytime somebody's like, oh, I'm going to get a pedicure. You want to come with me or something like this? Like if it was like my sister or whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm like, hell yeah, But like I haven't gone on my own to spend the money to get that, and I don't feel like I ever would. But you know what I mean? Like
Sareth, have you ever had a pedicure?
even though I probably should because it feels so good.
I need one. And we also have a viewer, so if you'd like to interact in the chat, you're more than welcome to.
We have a viewer.
Is it volume on now? Or-
Yep, I hope so.
Sweat, this whole fucking thing is muted. I'm gonna be so upset.
But I've had a pedicure in Cambodia once. I need to get one now. That was like 2002. But I need to get a pedicure.
You haven't had a pedicure in 20 fucking years, bro?
Yeah, dude. I need to get my goat.
Listen, I just.
My
I'm
goat
putting the budget. We're gonna all have a pedicure day.
Oh, I think that's adorable.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I'll go.
That is a great photo shoot opportunity as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, those chairs are so great. I love those chairs. Really,
Oh,
they
so
you
good.
just soak.
Well, and that's the other thing. As far as like the
Your
texture
body
thing,
is
or
being
whatever,
massaged.
like at first, like my feet are pretty ticklish, you know. So for the first couple minutes, I'm like, oh, you know, when they're trying to touch it, I'm like, sorry, trying not to do that, you know. But after a couple minutes, then I'm okay.
Well, go to Cambodia.
I love when they like cut the. Because I have a weird walk, like a weird gait. I have an old knee injury, so I kind of like a weird like shuffle kind of walk, and because of that, on my right big toe on my right foot, it rubs against my shoe all the time when I'm work. So I end up with a fucking side callus that's just huge. And when they go through and they cut that motherfucker off and then like rub that shit down,
Yeah,
pedicure's the best.
yeah.
We
We'll
should
go
get
to
the
Cambodia.
feet stores a sponsor.
Mine does the same thing, but the opposite. By the way, my pinky toe gets smushed up.
Yeah.
We'll go to
Sucks.
Cambodia on the one. So if they're talking crap about you guys, I will let you know.
Man, I wrote my name on the list to get a pedicure one day, and another person took care of me, Lana, who was awesome. But after Lana took care of me, I went home and I got a phone call from Tony. It was the tech that didn't get me but wanted to talk.
I love when there's more than one proper name, just because I feel like I'm there.
No, it was a different person. It was an employee that just jacked my phone number, and yeah.
That is the whole thing. I guarantee they do that. So let's talk about like the Asian ladies talking shit. I don't know that language, man.
Now I think this would be absolutely wonderful, even though I've never had it done to me. But what do you think about, like, have you ever had those little fishes that eat the shit off the bottom of your foot?
No, but I'm about it.
Yeah.
Nope.
See, I would totally do it. I just never.
No?
Nah,
Can't do it.
yeah. The only problem that I would have with it is that I think at the end I'm a very absent-minded person, and then I would just like kind of hop off the chair and just like, you know, like all of a sudden all your fish are gone.
Bro, you guys like fish tip, bro?
You can't do that anyways. It's unsanitary. They won't do it in the States.
Oh, they're one in the States. Okay, apparently it is unsanitary.
Bro, I bet I can find a guy. I bet there's gotta be like an underground foot fish.
An underground. Oh my god, that's great.
Do you like the two sucking fish, brother? Follow me into this alley.
Meet me out back. I got some goldfish in a bowl.
Don't speak too loudly, but I would like to go get
Well,
a
also,
foot
what-
job.
What was the fucking Well, there's definitely places for that. It's called here. It's called here. I got a foot fetish. I need to make some money. Listen. Yeah, this is why live podcasts and bar shows are bad for me. Way too drunk already.
You're fine.
That's where we got a weird trial and error process. Like, who was the guy that first found out that there's like the dead skin eating fish, and they had to convince all of his buddies to be like, bro, listen, I know this sounds weird. Let these fish eat you.
And they're like, but we don't get normal ones.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to have a fish eat me.
Now, I mean, I kind of, but I don't know. I would love the idea of just a little, and just like feeling that. I don't know. I think it could be wonderful.
Although if you touch his skull, like any, he freaks out. So yeah, I don't think
I'm
it's
a bad
good.
friend. Don't fucking tell me these things.
All right, Boots, good.
Oh, you piece of shit.
All right, what's that story?
All right, so.
Sareth, you were a part of that.
Yeah, there's way too much.
Remember when I had you close out the
Context.
show with the boot scoot boogie?
In my day job line of work, I line dance professionally, I guess. It's part of my job. I have to line dance, which, by the way, I can line dance with
Yeah.
a full tray of food in my hand. I can line
I
dance.
think
That's
that's,
awesome.
Sareth, that's the ultimate takeaway.
But yeah, if you can dance
Oh, that's
and
right.
you're clocked in,
You're dancing
Listen,
professionally.
if you put on, I might even throw it on the jukebox. So I'll show you. I'll teach you guys a line dance tonight. I'm from the podcast.
Down, throw it down,
But like,
throw it
if you put there's
down,
certain
the
songs
biscuit.
that like if you put on, it's like the instincts kick in, and I will drunkenly line dance, and I hate that part of myself.
If you put the Tootsie Roll on, the same thing will happen for me.
Just outside your house, people are
Shit.
looking into your window, and you're just like mindlessly line dancing, and they're like, "Oh my god, he blacked out again."
No, the big tell for Chaos Number 3 is singing drunk Irish songs.
Ah, yeah.
That's one.
Kevin, did you have any personal hot takes?
Listen, I'm sorry everybody for that earlier. That was the first couples argument that Andre and I had. But
Are you guys good now?
we're okay.
He's worried about it.
I can never say mad at him. I did ask Roy earlier. I was like, "Hey man, what do you put in your hot dogs?" He goes, "Dog ketchup." And I was like, "Good," because if he said ketchup, I was gonna kick you out the dog. Like, you're just kicking. I will blacklist you from the stage. But he's also he's from Blanco. They don't know any better over there. I don't. It's fine. I understand. Okay, Andre, I will always accept and love you.
Ferns and black.
But I think all right. So I think like.
I don't know why.
A hot dog, because as James was saying, like, there's certain restaurants, right? So my favorite hot dog on this planet is at a place called Casey's Diner in Natick, Massachusetts, and they specifically do not carry ketchup. And you can get it like several different types of ways, but a hot dog is mustard, onions, relish. Boom, that's the fucking perfect hot dog. If I'm a little stoned, I'll fuck with some Chicago dogs.
I like a Chicago
dog. Well, listen, we gotta go to my buddy is the head chef at chef is a strong word, but a doghouse here in
He's a cheap wiener master.
He's a cheap wiener master. He really is.
Frankenweenie.
But yeah, I guess that's what I think. It's like corn dogs are acceptable. Ketchup on a corn dog is acceptable, but like
I like the smell.
I'm firmly that's a hill I die on.
I like the extra little bit of dough that's totally burnt on the stick.
You ever had a corn dog?
No.
I know
You're
that like
missing out on life.
I know you only have like 3 foods you can ingest. Which is a shame because your mother is one of the best fucking cooks I've ever had in my life.
I've had so many people tell me that, and I'm like, yeah, I hear that's true.
Yeah, dude, she makes a bomb mac and cheese, bro. I agree. I'll buy you a corn dog, and if you hate it after the first bite, but I would like to purchase you a corn dog for you to eat. We'll get a corn dog sometime.
Okay.
I think you might like it. It's
you never know.
Because you said you like the casing, right? So like with a corn dog.
Yes, that makes a completely different biting down experience. Exactly.
Yeah.
I could like it.
There is a firmness to it if it's done properly, like in the middle, but like you have that softer outer layer. I think you can do it.
Yeah, see that outer layer I always thought was like a like a microphone foam.
Yes, exactly like a microphone.
You know.
And
I love corn.
All right.
And other corn stuff.
Well, I'm inspired now to use my meat grinder.
You like Jonathan Davis from Korn?
I don't know him I don't know much about him.
Oh, I saw him at Red Rocks. He was amazing.
Oh wow, that is an amazing place to be too.
I've never met him. I have no flex here.
Like growing up, there were times that I heard something that he said about something or you know what I mean, but like it was never like overly good. Like, oh, I don't like him, or oh, he sucks, or oh my god, that's really thoughtful. Like it was just kind of I don't know. I didn't really hear anything controversial about him or anything that mattered. So he seems cool. I did see an episode of I forgot what it was this TV show. It might have been MTV or something like that had the curiosity shops and stuff like that. And he was in an episode of that. He was buying something in the curiosity shop, like a fetus or something. I don't know.
Oh, there's a band called Dying Fetus. It could have been it.
Wrong one to fuck with, brother. That's fucking horrible. Fucking delete that. I was like embarrassed myself. I embarrassed myself in the metal community. I'm so sorry, but Dying Fetus is a great fucking band.
I want to thank everybody personally for submitting your hot dog hot takes.
Listen, what do you put on a hot dog? What's your go-to move?
Spicy mustard. I like sauerkraut. I like sriracha.
Sriracha on
A little bit. I like.
Oh yeah, dude.
I do like the sport peppers. I I do like the celery salt. I also like relish. And maybe some onions. It depends on where. If it's the guy that gives me a hot Italian sausage downtown like 20 years ago, I really like it. Yeah. Dude, that was when you could get a real hot Italian sausage for like $6 with everything on it. Oh man, my best friend like puked in her purse at night. Like it was, I didn't. I enjoyed that sausage immensely.
Do you ever fuck with the like what they call the sausages that do like the sausage and pepper kind of subs? You ever have those?
I don't like peppers hot. Like I like them like in a
Well, they're like
raw or.
they're usually like so you don't like cooked peppers at
I
all?
don't. They don't taste good to me.
I'm the opposite.
I like green pepper.
I
Yeah?
like
It's not
them
hot at all, but
raw. I like them raw.
What condiments do you fuck with, actually? Like
when I
The
tried,
more that I give him, the more that he likes.
yeah,
That's how we work out.
the hot dog. When I tried the hot dog, I put ketchup and mustard on it.
What do you put on your hamburger?
I think it's like in which case the mustard is more important, but like I like that the ketchup can like cut down a little bit on the tanginess of the mustard with the ketchup flavor, like it
The
kind of
sweetness.
yeah.
Listen, I like ketchup, but there's some places that should. I'm sorry, baby. I love you.
I love your way.
I'm sorry I yelled.
Man, I want to bring him a bottle of ketchup.
Also, he has a.
Man, the last time I brought somebody something, they gave me a meat grinder.
That grinder.
Andre has a. I gotta give him some wax on the hot dog, the ketchup with the hot dog thing, because he has a huge aversion to mayo. Andre cannot handle mayo in any form, and I fucked with him about that.
I have such a huge aversion to mayo that I've never even had it.
Does he eat eggs?
I don't know. I don't think we ever got eggs.
I don't
together.
think you can like eggs and hate mayo.
I've never thought about that, but
I've never tried it.
Have you tried eggs? What do you like of eggs? Do you like eggs?
I like scrambled eggs. Yeah.
You ever done any of the other? Do you ever fuck with any of the other?
Nope.
Yeah.
Definitely not a hard boiled egg because just watching somebody bite into a hard boiled egg, I feel like my butthole's gonna fall out and my intestines are just
Oh,
gonna
it's
pile
such a
onto
good
the floor.
flavor. Like,
Just out of disgust.
Like a rosebud first.
Yeah.
No.
That's a soft one.
Like my body is
Your
throwing
eggs
up my
are-
intestines. You know, yeah.
If you bite into a soft boiled egg, I can understand.
Maybe that's what I'm talking about. What's a soft boiled egg?
It's like the hard-boiled egg, but like it's like still jiggly and wriggly and.
If you cook it for 6.5
Do you know what I mean?
minutes,
It's
it'll
like
be
that.
like
Oh
a
no, it was the
gelatinous
jiggly
stew.
kind that I was thinking of.
Yeah, hard-boiled egg is completely like it's like a whole egg and you just gotta bite into it. It's firm.
It's still gross though, but you know.
You know what I think fucked me up with hard boiled eggs? And we should probably wrap up at some point, Angie.
Yeah.
But hard boiled eggs when I was a kid, you would do like the egg hunt, at Easter. But then like people would use real eggs that they would color and like they would get cracked, and then you'd have like yellowish, smelly eggs.
Yeah.
And I think that fucked me up for eggs.
You know what? That might be it for me too. Come to think of it, where you just chip it away.
But then I was in my 30s, and I'm like, I don't have to have that same experience, and I actually like hard boiled eggs.
Yeah.
It's a good protein.
I don't know why like actually reveals this information to me though, because like I'm a good
We
dude.
learn about you every time too, buddy.
I'm a good dude, but I'm also as a drunk asshole friend. Like I'm gonna show up at the next Tidbits episode, which I'll be there on Monday. I'm gonna be on the next one too.
Oh yeah, he's coming over.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show up and I'm just gonna pull out a hard-boiled egg and take a bite of it. Be like, bro, how do you feel about Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah. And as you're talking, let it come out in crumbles, like just falling out of your mouth.
So you know
Oh,
what's up.
don't you worry, I got a lot of rye.
Well, you guys wrap up. I'm gonna go have a cigarette because I'm drunk, but I love you guys for coming on Tidbits.
Yeah.
Love you guys, love the dog. I'm out. You guys finish up. Bye.
Plug your show before you leave.
Yeah, do it.
Oh yeah, dude, we got fucking. As I said, there's so many fucking shows, but the biggest one that I'm super
The
excited about.
16th, do that one in
The 16th,
order.
the 16th we're doing, this Wednesday we have Marty Labby hosting at the Nog here, so every Wednesday night at the Nog, come out here at 10 o'clock. The next Saturday show is the 16th of April. That is 12 years of the last laugh here at Turn On. We're one of the longest running open mics in the state of Florida that's not affiliated with the Comedy Club. Underground comedy forever. But then on the 21st, on the Thursday, I will be at Celery City, which is besides the Nog, probably one of my favorite venues in this town. I would say, yeah, it's the top. Both these shows, man.
Yeah.
Celery City and Abbey Bar are great, but I'll be headlining that, and I'll be working with Sweeta Ambra and one of my little proteges, Tim Blaylock's going to be joining me.
Yeah.
Who's going to be hosting? I'm going to get drunk and hit on Etchy. It's going to be a good time. All right, love you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, bring him a corn dog.
I'll bring it. I will.
Leslie, what do you have coming up?
Oh well, I'm gonna be putting this episode of Tidbits out. I'm going to South Florida on April 9th. I'll be at Spill the Beans with Basil, and that's in Fort Lauderdale. So Basil. I feel like I say his name wrong every time. Basil Malik. He's not listening at this point, but it'll be a fun show. And then we're going to dinner with somebody for a birthday. I don't know. We've also got April 16th at Abbey Bar. And then I've got Kevin Tibbert and Sabrina at Celery City on the 21st.
Awesome stuff. I guess I'll go with you, Andrew. What do you have?
I mean, right now, mostly what I'm doing is just tidbits at the moment and just kind of
He's waiting for a CPAP machine.
working on background stuff. Cannot wait for that because honestly, yeah, I'm going to get much better sleep after that. And I think I'm going to have a lot more energy and a lot more focus. And I'll be able to actually get more done. But for now, it's just tidbits and watching TV.
Awesome.
Walking.
Oh yeah, and
We've been
matching
walking.
shoes.
Although we haven't in a while because my back went out. But we need
And
to.
it's hot.
It is super hot.
Well, Sareth, you're a blessing.
It was so much better when like it was actually cool out. But
You live in Florida.
Excellent stuff. April 16th, I think I have a spot at Veterans United Craft Brewery in Jacksonville, Florida, with Brian, all the way up in Jacksonville as earlier. Brian Thomas.
Oh, Brian Thomas. Okay, yeah.
I love that dude. He'll be on my festival too, coming up in October. I think I'm also on the Celery City's Craft Beer Garden on the
21st? Yeah.
Yeah, 21st. That's the same as
Yeah.
everyone else.
Yeah.
And then Nog Irish Pub, we have Buff Bagwell rebuilding Buff Live here at the Nog. It's a special Saturday show. We usually have the podcast on Monday, the last Monday, but we're gonna have it last Saturday for Buff Bagwell. He'll be in town because the wrestling convention at Ocean Center.
Hey, wait. So you're not going to be here for the 12th year?
I'll be late,
Okay.
but I'll try to leave. I'll try to go first.
Yeah, because you should be here for the 12th year. You're a part of this.
Yeah, for the last 7 years. I can't believe I've been here for like 7 years.
I mean, I've been doing it for almost 6 years.
Dang, that's a long time. Overall, yeah, I think, 7 consistently. No, 9 years total, 7 years consistently. That's there it is.
Well, I
yeah,
don't know
sometimes
what
you
you're
really do
calling-
need those qualifiers, you know? Yeah.
You're always showing up, so I don't know what you're calling consistently, but you're always there.
Yeah.
No matter what, you're present.
Taking photos and all that. Yeah.
That matters because you're still part of the show. Like, I would consider that part of the consistent part because we need you. Like, we need you.
Yeah, I love when I have the opportunity to do something for a show, even though I'm not a comic and I'm not going up. Like, like just, oh, here, I got this, or, I wish part of that was taking pictures, but like with my camera, it was funny because I finally got to the point where there was this one time at Celery City, you were up towards the stage, and I was back a little bit, and I picked up my phone and it had the photos app running, and I was just watching stuff, and I mean, the person is like that big, like you know what I mean, like it's so far removed from the person that I'm like, nobody wants these pictures. And then I look down and I go, oh yeah, and I see you with your DSLR camera, and I'm like, why am I even doing this?
Because you're learning.
I'm learning I don't have the equipment.
You're learning that you need equipment. I think that's half the balance.
Yeah.
So I'm so thankful that Tidbits were here. We did the hot takes and talked about sleep paralysis and demons and sleep
So scary.
and stepping on other people's jokes, comedy. and hot dogs.
We covered a lot of bases.
Yeah, we did.
We made Andre and Kevin almost break up.
That was sad to see.
Alex wants longer hot dogs.
Give it
I
for
got you, Boo. I got you. I'm getting that meat grinder.
Give it for Alex for joining in on us, fellow comic, father of all cats.
Yeah.
Did you see the father-in-law of cats?
Yep.
Father-in-law?
No, the father of all cats.
Father of all cats. I thought you said father-in-law cats.
No, I thought that too.
And July 15th to the 19th, we have Sareth Fest at Grindhouse Cafe in Pueblo, Colorado. And October 5th through 9th, Sareth Fest Daytona Beach, right here at the Turn On Irish Pub.
Oh, I'm on that. I'm on that.
Yep, you're on it. Can't wait to see it.
Put it on your calendar now.
Yep, it's free. There's no reason why we shouldn't be here all for
Where I will call
5
the
days.
father-in-law of all cats.
We should do. We should do a show at Red Rock. That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Book it at you with your media passes. or
I'll make
whatever.
it happen. Media passes over there. I'm not
I
saying
want
we
to
should.
present my media pass so I can record.
I want to host a show so that I can then get a media pass to it.
All right. I think we should cut the mics.
Yeah, I believe we are good. More people coming in, and let's finish up the night.
Yep, so we should play Boots, Scoot, and Boogie for Andre. And have a good night, everyone. Give it up for the nod. Give it for James. Give it for
Thank you,
everyone else
Kevin.
here
Thank
tonight.
you, James.
Give it for Tidbits, Andre, and Kevin.
Where's Kevin Tibbert? I'm gonna go get him so he can hear this.
Absolutely. I'll plug in the songs. Later, dudes. Oh, where are the titties? Old dead bread said.
What? Where are the titties?
Right there. Where are the titties? Old dead bread. I am not kidding.
Hilarious.
The
I love
titties
it.
are down the street at Cheetah. Tip them well. Tip drill them. All right, old dead bread. Have a good night.